Hey, it's David Rodriguez with Leading Left. It's time for another stupid conservative memes episode. I think I talked in the last one about how usually the facts in conservative memes are based on complete nonsense, or they're using it based on the spin that, you know, its viewers might have seen on Fox News, that sort of thing. So, let me show you one today, and I'm going to try to take this point by point as much as possible. So, here we go. Okay. It has a picture of a kind of smirking Joe Biden. And it says, liberalism is all about control. Control what you say, control what you read, control what you drive, control what you eat, control what you drink, control your guns, control your news, control what you learn, control your healthcare, control your kids' education. Whew, that is a long, exhaustive list. And mostly nonsense, but let's go ahead and look at this. So, control what you say. Okay. I don't think it was a Democrat that just recently passed the Don't Say Woke Act. I believe that was Ron DeSantis. It was definitely conservative. Anyway, I think this is a response to the whole woke thing where, you know, Democrats have the gall to just insist that you not be jerks to people. Simple as that. Don't call people things that are not cool to say to them, that are racist or bigoted in some other way. Now, we're not saying there should be a law against any of that, of course, freedom of speech and whatnot, but they're just mad that now when people say those racist, bigoted, just misinformed, ill-informed, ignorant things, they get called out for it. That's all. Maybe don't say those things, it's up to you. You could do it, but it makes you look like a dummy. So, anyway, control what you read. Oh, wow. That's laughable. Because Democrats aren't banning books in libraries. Republicans are doing that. I think you should go buy whatever book you want, read whatever book you want. That's fine. Put whatever books in the library you want. That's awesome. People should be able to read whatever they want to read. That's fine. I don't know a single Democrat who feels otherwise. But there are literally Republicans banning books from libraries. So, that doesn't make any sense. There's just literally no factual basis for that whatsoever. It doesn't make any sense at all. Control what you drive. What? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the fact that your vehicles sometimes need emissions tests now to make sure that you're not literally helping destroy the planet we live on? Bummer. You know what? Do you want your kids to have a place to live, or their grandkids, or anything like that? Because that's where we're headed. I'm sorry you don't like science, but that's it. If you're talking about electric cars, well, kind of same thing. A little bit, stronger of a measure in that direction. But if you're going to complain about electric cars, then maybe you shouldn't be so happy about Elon Musk running Twitter because, that's kind of his whole thing. So anyway, but again, I'm not pointing my finger at anybody saying they have to drive an electric car. I think it'd be great if they did, but I don't have one, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Nobody's trying to force you to drive anything. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to cover these next two together. Control what you eat and control what you drink. What? Since when? Like, what? What do you even... Are you talking about because there's like, warning labels or nutrition labels on food? Okay. You can ignore them or not. I buy junk food all the time. I look at those things and I sometimes ignore them. No one's telling you have to do anything. It's insane. That being said, there is a bad problem with health in this country. I mean, I need to lose weight, frankly. I'm not pointing my finger at anybody other than myself. I should probably drink less soda or whatever. I don't drink that much soda, but again, no one's forcing anybody to do anything. So that's, again, based in nothing. All right, control your guns. Let me get back to that one. Control your news. Oh my God. Okay. So, most of these big news organizations are not owned by Democrats. They're owned by Republicans. I don't know who owns MSNBC, but that obviously has the left-leaning bias. So maybe that's a Democrat. I'm not sure. But like CNN, for sure Fox, I mean, a lot of even our local news stations are owned and run by Republicans. So that doesn't make sense. This whole idea, they always are decrying the liberal media. It's like, well, no. I mean, the ones that are that, very specifically. The other ones, they're just telling you things that are happening. And sometimes that makes your Republican politicians look bad. But that's because they're doing bad stuff. Sorry. Tell them to do better, and then it won't bother you so much. You won't see those as much in the news. But no one's actually trying to control your news. Now, I do think on a personal level that if a news station is doing anything other than telling you facts, and I mean like not omitting important details either, but like if they're giving you their opinion on things, then they shouldn't be able to call it a news program, in my opinion. But whatever, that's a whole other thing. I don't think that'll ever change, but regardless, it's not news, it's an editorial thing. But sure, fine, but no one's even pushing for that. I'm the first person I've heard pushing for that in any way, so that's not it either. Control what you learn. Dear God. Okay. Again, the only thing that Democrats are trying to make anyone learn are facts. Things that happened in history. Right now, you have Republicans raging about what they think is critical race theory being taught in class. But, you know, like in Florida, Ron DeSantis is basically making it illegal for teachers to talk about anything that might make anyone feel uncomfortable about their race. I'll probably do a whole video on this nonsense at some point. Look, I love America. It is a great country. But like most countries out there, it was built through doing terrible, terrible things. We've done a lot of terrible things in history. And I knew that. I knew that. I don't remember that it was taught to me in my history book, but my dad didn't have any trouble telling me. And I still consider myself someone who loves the country I'm in. I just want it to be better than it was and better than it is now, because those problems do still carry over. They may be in different forms. They may not be as severe in some cases, but we still have a lot to work on. And I think that kids should learn those things. That's it. That is not controlling what your kid learns. That's simply saying, these are facts. There. Do with them what you will. Republicans are trying to make it sound like we didn't do slavery, or it wasn't that bad, it was fine, or any of the other terrible things we've done. They're trying to like hide that or whitewash it so much that it's like it didn't happen. That is controlling what people learn. It is crazy to say otherwise. Control your healthcare. Wowie wowie, here we go again. Okay, so I'm guessing this is about the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. Here's the thing, you don't have to enroll in that. You don't have to. You can get your insurance through your job if it offers it. If it doesn't, or if you are currently without employment, you have that as an option. Do it or don't. Nobody's controlling anything. And yeah, you know, a lot of Democrats would like single-payer healthcare, like every other developed country already has. Republicans like to take these things and act like they are very extreme takes, when really it is the status quo in almost every other developed country that there is. So if that's what they mean, you know what? I do want that, because I want everyone to not go broke because they got sick. That to me is like basic human stuff. So if that's what they mean, fine. But either way, it's certainly not happening right now. So, and I haven't even heard anyone strongly pushing for that in a little bit. So, again, it's nonsense. And also, you know, it's okay to want to have things as good as other developed countries have them. Why must we suffer when others don't? It doesn't make sense to me. Finally, control your kids' education. Let's go back to that woke thing, right? Same thing. Like, all Democrats want is for kids to learn facts, right? They could do with them what they want. If they're horribly racist people and they like the bad stuff we did in the past, okay, there, now you know we did it. That's on you, kid. But we just want people to know that, because we don't want to fall into those terrible things again. Those things that any sane person should see as wrong and evil. We don't want to do that again. That's the only reason we want kids to know those things. And again, this is just actual history. It's stuff that happened. Republicans are trying to make it so it seems like those things didn't. That is far more controlling someone's education, tailoring it to suit a need, than anything else. This is a bonkers idea. It doesn't make any sense. Let's go back to control your guns. Wow. I need to do a whole episode on this sometime. I probably could do multiple episodes on this, and probably I will. You're right. Democrats want common sense gun control laws. To different degrees, depending on the Democrat you ask. But yeah, that's what we want. And you know who else wants it? Most Republicans do. The vast majority of Republicans do. The majority of people in the NRA want that. So, who are the extremists on that one? It's the people who think that everyone needs AR-15s walking around. That's crazy in so many ways. I would literally need an entire video to touch on it. But, yeah, we do want certain weapons to not get into just anyone's hands. And let me put this out there, okay? If you think that it's reasonable for a normal citizen to have an AR-15, right? And we can go do, say, like, look at the death it can cause, you know, needlessly. But you're like, you know what? That I'm okay that this could happen because we should have those weapons. Okay, fine. Why aren't we all allowed to have a nuclear weapon? Why not? I mean, what if you could buy it, but you promise you will only use it on someone who truly deserves it? You won't just, you know, shoot it off in the fireworks display at 4th of July. You promise you'll only use it against someone that really deserves it, right? You're going to do your best to make sure there's no one else around when you target the person who really, really has, you know, threatened your family or whatever. Why shouldn't you have it? It is because of the innocent deaths that it could cause, right? Now, it's a much higher number, obviously, than AR-15. This is a big jump. But if you look at the amount of innocent deaths AR-15s that people have been able to buy legally have caused, and you look at the amount of death that us having our own tactical nukes could cause, you're okay with AR-15. You're, I hope, not okay with the nukes. So there is a number of deaths between there, where clearly you draw a line, right? How many innocent deaths are fine with you? That's all. That's all I want to know. If you are not okay with us all having our own tactical nukes, how many innocent deaths is just A-okay in your book? That's what I want to know. So yes, on all these points, they're right on one. Because it is the only thing that makes sense to do. And I will cover all that in much more detail another time. But in the meantime, I hope that if you enjoy this, you will go ahead and click like and subscribe. I'd really like to get this out to more people. I don't have a lot of subscribers yet. Sometimes I get a lot of views, which is fantastic. Thank you all for viewing. If you viewed this or any of my previous other videos, I really, really appreciate that. But please do subscribe. It'll help me out immensely. If you have comments, leave those too. That also would really help me out a great deal, and I'd very much appreciate it. But whether you choose to do that or not, in the meantime, just remember, if you keep leaning left, you'll always be right.